I'm Tony with Resell Brothers.
We have an 11,000 item eBay store.
This is a thrift haul / pros and cons of reselling.
I think you're telling the truth, but why are you saying it like you're lying?
It was a call for help? Something like that?
I think you're telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. This is we're going to just talk about some of the pros and cons of reselling while we go through our thrift haul.
eBay?
First thing we have is
Shout out Anchorman 2.
Yeah. First thing we have is some Pirates hats. Pick these up for like $5 each. They are new. They have the stickers on them and everything. Never been worn. We like to pick up sports team hats mainly. Vintage ones if we can find them, but even like a newer one like this, we'll pick these up. These things normally sell for around $25 pretty quickly.
We forgot a hat.
First pro of reselling is the flexible schedule. You can basically plan your own schedule. If you have a baseball game or something, kids baseball game you got to go to, soccer game, hockey.
If you
whatever.
personally have a baseball
Yeah,
game.
anything that you need to do, you can make time for that because you can control your own schedule. So that's one pro of being a full-time reseller.
One con about that, though, is that you got to make up that time.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll work really late at night if I have to do that. But
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Vineyard Vines, who would have thought?
Seersucker.
We bought a Vineyard Vines.
Yeah.
Seersucker, breaker pant.
Yep.
These sell for money.
That's probably like $50 because they're new. If they were used, probably like $30. Pink's actually really popular, believe it or not, in Vineyard Vines, even the men's clothes. So pink, seersucker, great keywords for that.
Another.
We gotta do a con now.
Oh, con. I'm a con.
That is quite the rap sheet, Prison Mike.
And I never got caught, neither.
Ex-con. One thing is there's more and more people. Well, I would say there's more people doing it, but also people are coming off of doing it, so of reselling because of the whole pandemic thing. But it is becoming more popular. There are a lot of more videos about it and everything. So there is a little bit more market saturation than there used to be. But because everybody thinks it's really easy, and they're like, "Oh, we can go make some money on eBay," but you know,
not as easy as it looks, especially full-time when you have to make that full-time income. Makes it a little bit different. Okay, now we have a new tags Nike hoodie. This is a cool colorway. It's kind of like a brown color. Nike hoodies are...
I love brown.
It's not really brown. It's like more of a caramel color. So kind of like
we're doing this again?
Like a caramel brown, like the opposite of my skin tone. Anyway, this is probably we paid $14 for it, right? So paid up a lot for it, but I think that it'll sell, probably list it for $40, sell it for like $35. So new Nike hoodies aren't like the greatest, but Nike sells really well for us, so we picked it up. Nike has over 100% sell-through in our store.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Didn't know that.
Okay, another pro of reselling is reselling used...
Why do you get all the pros?
I like doing the pros. Reselling used clothes has low startup costs, so you can get goods cheap. Your setup isn't very expensive. The shelves are pretty much the biggest expense of all the expenses. And once you get the shelves bought, you're pretty much golden from there. Lighting booth can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you want. You can use a light bulb or you can buy a big fancy light setup. But the startup cost as far as running compared to like a typical business is very low, so it's easy to get into.
I mean, even with, you don't have to buy shelves. You can do a bin system where you put stuff in bins. Mm-hmm. You can make it work, especially if you're just starting out trying to be like a part-time guy.
Yeah,
or girl.
Yeah, most full-time resellers, and by most I mean all full-time resellers, start as part-time resellers. So
except for us.
Yeah, we started off full-time, but
no big deal. This is another Nike hoodie. This one's a little bit more interesting, I would say. It's kind of a neon greenish color and new tags as well. Same situation, $14. Hopefully sell it for around 40, maybe 44 or something. I'm going to do a pro because it's my turn. Easy to scale. So you can, at least we feel like it is for our area. Some people it's harder to find stuff there. You can go to bins, you can go to thrift stores, you can go to Goodwill, you can go to some retail clearance stuff. There's a lot of opportunity to buy used clothes.
Even new clothes. I mean,
yeah.
you can be creative with your sourcing. You don't have to sell only used
You can do
clothes.
wholesale. You can do all kinds of different stuff. You can buy on people buy on Whatnot now to resell on eBay. So there's a whole lot of opportunity to buy clothes. It's just about knowing what the brands are. At first, it can seem overwhelming, but there is a lot of opportunity, a lot of clothes out there to be sold.
This is just an Adidas New Tags hoodie, probably $35 for that. And a con of reselling full time is the financial risk. So if all your income is dependent upon reselling,
But it has a low startup cost.
Low startup cost, but if you have a lot of bills, say you're $3,000 in the hole every month, full-time reselling can be kind of risky because that's your only income. So if you're fully reliant upon your reselling income, it's obviously going to bring more financial risk. More reward to be full-time, but also riskier.
I would say the risk isn't necessarily like it's the transition from being part-time to full-time, where it's you quit your job, you don't have insurance, you don't have that's really the only thing I can think of right now. Insurance. You don't have insurance. But you don't have like a lot of the stuff, the stability that comes with a normal everyday job. You lose a lot of that when you go from part-time to full-time reselling, and you're not going to make full-time numbers in the beginning. So it's going to seem frustrating the first few months.
Yeah, it takes a
year.
minute or two to scale up to where you're like, oh, I'm making more than enough money.
Yeah, this is a Vineyard Vines, another one. How many more of these?
It's got an American flag.
Yeah, it's got an American flag on the back, so it's kind of cool. It's new with tags, so we picked it up.
This is just a pair of Nike golf pants. We pick up pretty much all Nike golf pants. A little bit of a bread and butter buy here. These things normally sell between $30 and $25 pretty regularly, so we always pick up Nike golf pants. Like I said, Nike 100% sell through in our store.
This is a Carhartt lightweight hoodie. Nothing crazy about it. It's new without tags, I believe. So yeah, pick up a lot of Carhartt stuff.
Another con, so I'll do the cons. Apparently Tony doesn't like doing cons, so.
It got cold again in Ohio.
It's frickin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah. Is time intensive.
And then we had a tornado. We had a tornado, and then it dropped from 60 degrees to 29. You believe that? It's crazy.
They don't care.
Bet the people that got hit by the tornado.
Okay, another con is it does take a while to scale your business to a full-time reseller's income. You're not going to go from listing 30 items a day to full-time reseller in a couple months. That's just not going to happen unless you're funding like holy grail upon holy grail, but that's just not realistic. It takes, I would say, a year to scale to a full-time reselling income. So it does take some time, so don't expect yourself to be at full-time income right away. It is definitely a process that takes a while.
And it's very, you have to be disciplined as a human and just in general to do this, because it's very easy to be like, oh well, I can wake up at any time and I can start working.
I'll do 10 listings today instead of 30 or instead of 60.
I'm tired. I had a long night, so I'm not going to do everything I need to do. And it's very easy to fall into that trap. And that's where time comes in. It's not just time intensive, but managing your time and being able to, yeah, I have something that I want to go to, so I'm going to do that, but then I have to still make up that time in another place. So you come up with time here, but you got to make it up later. It's just very, you have to be very time sensitive when you're doing. Did you do one?
Yes, it is.
Or is it my turn? Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
This is a Callaway, new with tags, polo. A pro is that if you're, I mean, not everybody wants to leave their job. They just want some side money for like vacation or whatever. And it's very easy to scale to that amount. Like if you list 10 to 15 items a day.
Which is more realistic for most people.
We like to think if you list 10 to 15, you'll eventually get to the point where you sell 10 to 15 a day. So it's not a lot of extra work for you. It's pretty easy to get that done, maybe 2 hours at the most a day. So you should be able to get that done pretty easily.
Next thing for the thrift haul here, we have a pair of Levi's 505 size 40 men's shorts. They are new at tags. Levi's shorts, new at tags, are normally okay. We don't pick them up if they're used most of the time because Levi's shorts just aren't that great. But if they're new at tags, we'll pick them up. Probably sell these for $25.
Banana Republic. This is a linen blend shirt. So yeah, Banana Republic's not the greatest brand, but the linen. We like the linen if you can get it cheap enough.
Linen, linen.
And this was Goodwill, so this was like, I don't know, $4.
Okay. This is an Orvis. I found this and was like, what the heck? Is this Orvis? Because it was really soft. And most of the time when you find Orvis, it's like a flannel or a jacket or something like that. But this is 100% cashmere cable knit Orvis. So cashmere, great keyword, great material. Cable knit is a great keyword. For those reasons, I picked it up.
For those reasons, I'm out.
Probably $30, I would say, at least on this. But yeah, kind of weird. Orvis, 100% cashmere. So if you see it, pick it up. I've never seen one before this one, but I bought it because why not?
This is a Xenia button down, so this is just a plain old Xenia button down. I don't know how much these. No, it's just. Oh, I just say Xenia.
Okay.
Good brand. Better in the suits, obviously, in the wool stuff, but we'll still buy a button down when it's cheap.
Another pro of part-time reselling is flexibility. If you're only part-time reselling and you only need to get 20 items a week, you can pretty much go out any day of the week you want to. You don't have to have a schedule to where you're going out Monday through Friday, always sourcing. You can have more flexibility with your time. And here is a Life is Good shirt. It says, I got a cold beer on every hole and put 4 balls in one of the ponds. So that's a bad day. 15 bucks.
I got an Ariat. I used to say Ariat, but turns out Ariat is named after Secretariat. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I knew that because you talked about it for like a week.
This is a hoodie, a little lightweight hoodie. It's the Ariat Tech, so that's pretty cool.
We need to do a con.
No, I'm gonna all the cons on there we already talked about that you have over there. Kinda.
Yeah.
I can't just make one up off the top of my head. But I would say a pro is that you don't have a boss like normal. Like you're more free, and you can if you're good at managing your time, it's fine. So you don't have anybody like over top of you just making you get a certain amount done or whatever. But so it's less stress in that aspect, I would say. Like I don't like working for somebody else. I like working for myself. So yeah, it all depends on you. No matter what you want to sell, like how much you want to sell, what you want to sell, it all comes down to what you want to do, which is nice. How much you want to sell, how you know. So
you could get a part-time job, or you could start reselling some used clothes and make that part-time income.
Yeah,
and work for yourself. You don't have a boss hanging over your head. This is a John Lennon button-down shirt. Tony bought this, and surprisingly, it sold really quickly. The last shirt that he bought, so we picked up another one. I'm not sure what's the sell-through rate on these.
It was pretty decent. I mean, it was above 50%, and we sold. I bought 2 at the same time, and they both sold within a month or 2. So it was pretty decent.
So those sell-through rates, I mean,
and they sold for over $30.
Yeah, look them up, but a lot of the times, I mean, it's kind of a trial and error kind of thing because when you're promoting, sometimes the resell, dear Lord.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The sell-through rates are not as accurate as you might think. So sometimes it'll sell even if the sell-through rate doesn't look great.
You're such a professional.
Thank you.
That's amazing. J. Crew. Outerwear, kind of just like J. Crew outerwear does pretty well for us. It's an extra small women's, so we didn't pay a lot for it, I hope. You bought it, okay.
It's like $5.
So yeah, should be good eventually whenever it sells.
This is a very weird-looking Under Armour long-sleeve shirt. It's got eyeballs all over it.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do Google Lens and find out exactly what this is, but I thought it was unique enough to pick up.
You think he wears contacts?
She. It'd be expensive. So I picked it up. When we see weird stuff like this, a lot of times we'll pick it up just to see if it sells. Didn't even look this up because it's an Under Armour cold gear as well, which is good. So I'm going to guess $25 for this, but I'll let you know and see if it sells.
No, we won't. We'll forget.
We'll forget probably, yeah.
This is a Lululemon vest. It's a 2XL. Still has the rip tag in it, which is always nice. Feels like it's never been worn, but Lululemon's men's stuff. We love it. If it was a medium, I probably...
I like it a lot.
Keep it, but you know, can't help it.
This is Canali. Canali is a great brand. Most of the time it's made in Italy.
Canali.
Yeah, I think it might always be made in Italy. just a great men's dress wear brand. It's not going to sell for a ton of money, but it will sell for a decent amount. And the sell-through rate on this is pretty good. You have to check to make sure the people trying to sell it aren't trying to sell it for a ridiculous amount, because a lot of times the sell-through rate will be skewed because of that. But this brand, almost always pick it up when you see it, especially in the suits. Probably sell that for $30.
What's some more disadvantages? What do we not like about it?
About reselling?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
We like it so much, can't even think of a disadvantage.
Yeah. I'd say when
People won't understand what you do for a living. That's one.
That's true.
You tell them what you do, they're like, you do what? How do you do that for a living?
Yeah. I would say scaling to the level we're at.
It's hard, yeah.
It's hard because buying the amount of stuff. If you're hand picking everything, it gets hard because that's a lot of items you have to buy a week.
Yeah.
And it's every week, so it doesn't stop.
Right.
But if you move to wholesale eventually, I guess that would be easier. But then you're not your store. We think your store decreases in value a little bit because you're not. So it's a hard situation.
And then you got people like Daily Refinement buying truckloads of crap. So it's like, I mean, getting to that level.
Not of crap, but like just,
of stuff. Like
stuff.
He has like a ton of shoes, ton of clothes he buys. So if you're able to financially put out that much money, yeah, you can scale to an insane number. But most people don't have $4 million laying around to buy a ton of stuff. So hand picking, we found, is the best way to do it if you're not trying to just put out a ridiculous amount of money trying to buy a ton of inventory to fuel. Like our eBay store has 11,000 items. Like hand picking 11,000 items takes a really long amount of time, especially 11,000 good items. Mm-hmm. So, and we've sold tens of thousands of other items. So we've picked way more than 11,000 items. That's just how many we have in our store. So putting the time to scale is definitely a challenge.
Brooks Brothers linen. So like I said, we're buying linen. Brooks Brothers will buy their button downs if they're cheap enough, but a linen we'll pay a little bit more for.
Ooh, this is a Peter Millar. It's 100% cashmere. It's an older label, Peter Millar, so it's not like really that great. But this thing will probably sell for between $30 and $40. Even though it's 100% cashmere, like I said, it's older, so not the greatest find, but it does eventually sell.
And another thing I would say is the con is the amount of space it takes up.
Yeah.
Especially for a part-timer that maybe has like, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 items. A place to store
that's manageable.
A place to store that in your house.
Garage.
Well, yeah, but then you don't have a garage. So it's kind of like, it gets a little iffy. And especially when you have a store like ours, finding a place to store that is not easy. And it can be frustrating. But I mean, we kind of lucked out, but we pay a decent amount of money for it. So it's kind of like, well, you know, when do I make that jump to I want to buy or rent a building?
Yeah, and
so
at that point, your cost is high. So like
Yeah.
we said before, you have more financial pressure because you have to make not only enough money to pay your bills, but you got to make enough money to pay your business's bills.
Right.
So
and then some people want to hire other people because they don't want to do that specific job, or they want to go even more, higher and higher, and then you got to manage people, and then it just gets all crazy. So it's definitely not for everybody in that spec. This is a Nation. It's a woman's top. Don't buy a lot of women's stuff, but the brand Nation, I think it's Nation Ltd.
what Nation?
Nation Ltd or something like that. I don't know. I've seen other people talk about Nation, so I figured I'd try it and see how it does. It's kind of got like a puffy sleeves, like a balloon.
Tony's portraying a lot of confidence in his buy right now.
No,
I think it's okay. I don't know. Here is a St. John lamb's wool leather jacket.
Lamb's wool leather jacket.
I meant to say lamb's leather.
St. John really figured out how to make materials blend together.
They did sorcery on this jacket.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And now it's wool. No, this is a lamb's leather. Sorry about misspeaking again. Sorry. It's got like this kind of metallic coating on it, which is kind of cool looking, like a gold metallic coating. This thing will probably sell for like $80. St. John is a really good women's brand.
Right, $80 is low. I comped it at like $130 to $150.
This sells for $150?
I comped it at that. Some people sold it for that. I was thinking maybe sell it for listed at $130, and then
why don't you talk about it?
We get $100 offer.
You talk about it, then, Mister. I know everything about it.
I bought it. That was it. That's all I wanted to say. So it's over. What's another pro? You said a couple more cons.
Oh, well, a pro of reselling in general is that you can pick a category that you like. So if you really like dress clothes, you can get into all dress clothes and learn everything there is to know about dress clothes, and you can niche down. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an everything seller. You can niche down. You can be an everything seller. You can be as diverse as you want to be. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, did you?
Gonna hold. Mom said, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. This is Playboy by PacSun. If anybody I know watches this, sorry. We bought a Playboy thing.
I go to church. I'm a Christian. You don't know me.
Playboy PacSun does well.
Nike Pro Combat. We always buy Nike Pro Combat when we see it. It's a great seller for us, great sell-through rate. Sells for a decent amount, probably 20 bucks for this. We always pick up Nike Pro Combat. And another pro of being a reseller is you can make your kids work for you for free.
Yeah, my 1-year-old.
And if they complain, they won't quit because they have to live with you.
That's coming from somebody with no kids.
Exactly.
This is a little basketball jersey. It's the Cincinnati Bearcats. It's new with tags. That's why we picked it up. Pick up a lot of sports stuff. Cincinnati is in our area, so you know why not give it a go.
Life is good. Women's T-shirt. Life is good. Great brand.
You know what? Life is good. You know,
Life is good. Great brand. Especially if it's new with tags, we'll pick it up. Probably 15 bucks for this, 20 bucks for this, but it will sell relatively quickly at that price.
it's LL Bean, Sherpa lined, waffle knit, thermal Henley, all good keywords.
Right.
Snap button too. I always like to put if it's a snap button.
And
versus
this is
a
an
regular button.
this is an Untuck It snap button, so you'd love this one. Untuck It, decent brand, not the greatest, but not what it used to be. But the snap button and the Henley are going to add some nice keywords stacked there. We love stacking keywords. This thing probably sell for 20 bucks.
Just stack them.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
T by Talbots. We buy some women's stuff. This was a new with tags. We really niched down to women's stuff. If it's new, we don't really like to buy a lot of used women's stuff anymore. We'll buy it if it's used, bigger size, blah, blah, blah. No, I mean new, bigger size.
You
Sorry.
shocked me. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. He knows that.
Anyway,
guys. I was editing the last video. I noticed I said the word anyways probably 200 times during the video. But anyways, this video is sponsored by Logan Paul Maverick.
be a Maverick.
Yeah, be a Maverick. It's also sponsored by Prime. Drink Prime. It's good for you. Anyway, Logan Paul's merch. This is what it looks like. It's a Maverick. I guess it's like some type of bird. His bird isn't his bird's name Maverick. Anyway, Logan Paul merch is actually pretty decent. This will probably sell for 25 bucks. Logan Paul's a YouTuber. If you don't know who he is.
This is an Under Armour short sleeve hooded sweatshirt hoodie. We like to buy the sleeveless hoodies, the short sleeve hoodies. I feel like they were more popular a couple years ago, but they still sell pretty decently.
This is a Under Armour new with tags golf polo. We sell a lot of Under Armour polos, jackets, sweatshirts, pretty much anything Under Armour. If we get it for a decent price, we'll pick it up. This one's new with tags, so that's just adding on to the value. Probably 30 bucks for that.
Another pro, I mean, is that there is good money to be made. I mean, you can make a full-time income, and you can, if you have a spouse that wants to do it with you, you can work with your spouse, and that's basically what we do. We work with each other, kind of like a spouse.
Oh, I don't like that at all. What?
So you can, you know, I mean, it's a way to be able to work with people that you like,
now.
And you can still, you know, make good money doing it and having a good time. You know, I mean, like I said, it can be stressful, but it can also be a good time.
You can go on vacation and make money and write it off as a business expense.
Yeah, see, I hate doing that. I feel like that's so sketchy.
I've never done it before, but you could. Yeah. If you source while you're doing it, why not?
I drove to Florida and went to one Goodwill right off the vacation. Like, I mean, that's just...
This is not tax advice.
Yeah, that's just... Whew. Tommy Bahama, 100% linen. Another Lenny. Lenny.
This is a Peter Millar...
They call me Jeremy Linen.
This is... Hey, Peter Millar, that was horrible. What does that even mean?
You don't know Jeremy Lin?
No.
Wow.
Oh, you said linen.
Yeah, Jeremy Linen.
Oh, God, I hated that.
That
This is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort. Just a nice bread and butter brand. We always pick these up if we can get them for like $5.
This is an Oakley polo. Pick up Oakley when it's cheap enough. It has a decent sell-through rate, just like every other golf polo. You know.
This is another pro. So we'll do another pro of reselling. Another pro of reselling is you can wear your inventory. Now I like to do this a lot.
I've never done this.
I like to do this a lot. If I see something I like, I'll put my eye on it. I'll set it to the side.
You'll put your eye on it.
What
is phrase as that?
I'll put my eye right. I'll put my eye right on it, and I'll be wearing that sucker. And then a lot of times when I wear it, it sells. So
yeah, and then he's got to.
I'm good luck.
And then he's got to wash it and dry it.
Robert Graham polo's got a nice paisley print to it. Robert Graham's a decent brand, probably $25.
And then you could be a YouTuber, you know? I mean, by the way, thanks for the 1,100 subscribers.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're going to the moon. We're going for 1 billion subscribers. We're
so close.
We're going to be Mr. Beast 2.0.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Mr. Beast.
Yep. All we have to do is start giving away thousands of dollars. Yep. This is a Peter Millar Crown Crafted polo. We've talked about Peter Millar. We've talked about Crown Crafted. It is great. Tony the Tiger. Get it?
They're great.
This is a Helly Hansen, just an outerwear.
Isn't it Henson or is it Hansen?
It's Hansen.
I think it's Henson.
It's Hansen.
Ah.
That one. That's
hurts.
embarrassing. That hurts.
It hurts.
It's like watching a train wreck in like real time.
It's called your life.
Anyway.
Oh! Sorry, camera. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah. Now I have to edit the volume again. Thanks a lot. Why don't you just scream into the mic real quick? Have you ever noticed Tony's microphone always sounds terrible? It's because he talks super loud. Anyway, Helly Hansen's great. It's kind of like a ski outdoorsy brand. Great brand. This thing probably sells for $35-40. Nice men's outerwear jacket.
J. Crew linen. Oh, weird. We're still Jeremy Linen it.
Don't. No, God, please. This is a Travis Matthew, just a men's golf polo. Kind of has like a nice Hawaiian-y pattern to it, tropical pattern. Two great keywords.
Hawaiian-y. We put that in our title. Hawaiian-y.
Hawaiian-y. Yeah, that way people know what it is. I'm not sure that's a word.
It's not.
Anyway,
Hawaiian.
Another great brand to be on the lookout for is Travis Matthew.
So nice.
Sunnice.
This is so nice. It's a golf brand. We like it. Don't have a lot of polos, but we do it with a lot of the jackets and like quarter zips and stuff. So it's pretty good for that.
That's all we got for this what sold and pros of cons of reselling. We still have the mystery box. Nobody has gotten the guess right yet. We're going to leave a hint in the next video, but go ahead and drop another guess. You have unlimited guesses, so you can guess 20 times in one video. We don't care. Drop 20 comments, 20 guesses. So if you want to guess what's in the mystery box, drop a comment, and we will be releasing a hint in the next video if nobody gets it. But if somebody gets it, we'll be announcing your name, and we're going to go ahead and ship it right to you. For now, nobody's gotten it. That's all we have. If you like this video, click here to watch another one, or click here to watch another one. Thanks, guys.